Coco, congratulations into the second round here in Melbourne. Just give us your thoughts on the match and playing the first round today.
Yeah, I'm really happy with how today went. Kamilla's a tough first round. She can make a lot of balls. She plays really, really low. I think her and Jess probably hit the flattest. So, yeah, it was not the easiest at moments, but I got through.
Questions, if you could raise your hand, please. Sure.
A lot of break points, but your serve was not as its best, no?
Few double faults. Take us through that process of your service at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, it was just the first set. Only had one double in the second. I think both of us were struggling on the far side. The sun is right there, which I know for every time I play first on day here. That's just how it is. And but once I got through kind of the first game, I mean, I had like 3 doubles in the first game, and then once I got through that game, I mean, it was pretty much smooth sailing from there. Maybe I would have liked to put more first serves in the court for sure, but yeah, I think I just erased that first game, and then after that it was better.
David King and Ben.
Congratulations. I wanted
Thanks.
to ask about your New Balance kit. I believe this is the first time that they'll actually be available to purchase. And
Yeah.
I'm just curious what that means to you, that you maybe see young fans wearing, a Coco original.
Yeah, it was really cool. A lot of people have been asking for a while to be able to buy my kits, and yeah, I think there's 2 colorways. I decided to wear purple today because I felt like it gave more day vibes, and obviously there is an orange kit for night. So yeah, I'm really excited, and I guess I'll take the free Pomeroy question. There's a pop-up at Federation Square, and you can buy the kits in person there.
Ben and then Tumaini.
I'm working on a story about players changing countries they represent, and I don't know if you noticed Rakhimova when you played her a few months ago, she was not Uzbek, and now she is Uzbek. I'm just wondering if that at all catches your eye, like when you see flags changing in the rankings or the draws or scoreboards, whatever they are.
I mean, yeah, I did catch my eye because I didn't realize she changed until my coach sent the schedule screenshot, and I saw she had a different flag. I mean, I'm sure there's obvious reasons why a lot of players are switching countries, and yeah, obviously I'm not like into the process of how that takes, but it definitely did catch my eye, and yeah, I guess you have to talk to them as to why, but I think there are obvious reasons to why. Yeah.
Tumaini, then Matt.
Thank you.
One of the unique parts of tennis is that you share a locker room with people you go out and play against. I know it's something you're used to and it's normal, I guess, but are there ever any situations where it's a bit awkward? Like, I don't know, maybe with your opponent, but also maybe if you walk in and someone's in tears, or, emotions are running high, and I don't know how you manage that.
Yeah, it is awkward. I had an awkward one after a match. I won't say who, but I thought a person won and they didn't. And yeah, I was like, oh, and then they were like, no, and I was like, oh, but they took it well. So yeah, there's moments like that where you don't know whether to speak to the person or not if you haven't seen the score and how their match goes. So I'm usually pretty good at like doing that, but today was a mess up. But luckily, the girl I know her, she's super sweet. So yeah, that happens. And as far as like opponents, I mean, yeah, it is always sometimes awkward. You say hello and stuff, but with the people I know really well, it's not really that awkward. We'll talk and be like, hey, like, see you out there, and that's fine. But always people you don't know whether to say hi to them or not. I'm someone who usually always says hi, but the responses vary, and I understand, get in the moment. But yeah, I think the worst about sharing a locker room is just seeing someone and knowing they play today, but not knowing how the score went, and you don't know like what mood they're in, and I always find that hard to navigate.
Congratulated her.
I just said, oh, it must have went well because they were eating candy, and they were like, no, this is like depression candy.
Hey, Coco. Well done.
Thanks.
Just back on the serve, your velocity picked up sort of a little bit in the second set.
Yeah.
Was the idea just to sort of find your groove in the first set and start out kind of spinning the ball in the way you were?
I mean, I feel like giving my opponent someone who I feel like that serve works well, yeah, but I don't think I was accelerating enough, which is why a lot of the doubles went in the net. So as the match went on, I just told myself to accelerate on my serve more, and obviously when that happens, I get more speed and velocity. So I think the next match I'll definitely try to start a little bit quicker than I did today.
Question here, and then here.
Thanks.
I wanted to ask you about head-to-head records. obviously it's quite a big deal in tennis, it's important, but you've managed to turn yours around with eager the last 4, you've won without dropping a set. How much does that play a role in your thinking, and how do you turn a losing head-to-head record around?
Yeah, I mean, in the past, there was no other head-to-heads that I felt really bad about except that one. In the past, I think I used to think about it so much because you just want to get the one win, and I think, once I got that, it kind of I erased the other matches. Obviously she's a great player and she deserved those wins, but I felt like some of those losses, I won't say a lot because she just outplayed me, but some of them, at least at the beginning, it just was already on the mental deficit. And I think once I erased that mental deficit, I was able to play free. And yeah, I think there was no other head-to-head in tennis where I had that, so it was very difficult to navigate. But now I feel like I'm able to play free, and I'm not, obviously it's still a big gap in the head-to-head, but I just erase it from my mind. Can't change the past, but I learned from it. And yeah, I don't know how it'll end at the end of our careers, but at least I know, and the future matches I won't be starting like that with the mental deficit.
Hi, Coco. I wanted to ask you about the women's, the top 5, 6 of the women. They all look very tight, and you have close matches, and it can go either way. But I wonder if you've looked across at the men's rankings and the top 2, and then there's a big thing. Have you ever noticed it? Have you thought about it, or the gap between the top 2 and the
yeah. Obviously I noticed it. I don't think it's necessarily me looking at the rankings, but you kind of have an idea what the rankings look like when they're winning at basically everything. So, yeah, I think obviously I know that the women's, I know for example, last week Amanda was number 3, and then at the end of that week, then I was number 3. So I know those are going to be very close, and I feel like it's mainly always going to be like that on the women's side because I just feel like we're all very close right now, and anybody can win on any given day. And yeah, I've noticed on the men, there seems to be Carlos and Yannick doing really well, but yeah, I don't count the other guys out. I think a couple other guys have a really good chance of breaking that rhythm up, and they just need to develop a little bit more and a little bit more time.
Go ahead. Do you think it's likely or possible that we'll see players' concerns over prize money escalate into protest, given Tennis Australia's pushback on suggestions that players are unhappy with this year's prize pool?
As of right now, honestly, I haven't heard any rumors or things like that about that being a possibility. I do know players are going to put more pressure on the slams if certain things aren't being met to where we see it, but I don't know. I feel like that would have to be a collective decision that we would all have to talk about, which we talked about to where we all are collectively agreed on what we've pushed on so far. Now, when it comes to what actions will be taken to maybe put more pressure, that is a possibility. But as of right now, I haven't heard anything of that happening.
Last 2 questions here and here.
Your next opponent is Olga Danilovic. What do you know about her and what you can expect there?
Yeah, I think she's a great player. I think she has good results down here. I remember she beat Jess, I think it was 2 years ago, and obviously had a good match last night. So it's going to be a tough match. I think she's a talented player, and I'm looking forward to the battle. It's not often I get to play a lefty, so it'll be tough. But yeah, I think if I stay with my game, and hopefully I can come out with a good result.
Last question.
Hey, Coco, well done. So I noticed on the lens cap you wrote "Go Canes." Are you going to be tuning in tomorrow? What are your thoughts, and do you have a score prediction?
Yeah, yeah, I think I will. I feel like my practice is at 12 and the game starts at 11:30, so I might have to change that. And the score prediction, I sent a DM they asked me, I forgot what I wrote, but I think it was 23-14 Canes. I don't know, I just picked something random. But I've been a Miami fan basically my whole life, so it's cool for them to be in the championship, and I just wanted to give them a shout out.
All right, thank you everyone.
Thank you.
One World of Sports is your home of the Australian Open. From highlights of the best players, every magic Aussie moment, and the best expert analysis.
We'll have every nail-biting, heartwarming, and edge-of-your-seat point covered. Subscribing to Wide World of Sports on YouTube is a must for any tennis fan.